There's way too many misconceptions in Rocket League right now. In this video, my goal is to make everything as simple as possible, and I'm going to break down 4 of the most common misconceptions in Rocket League. Starting out, a lot of people have the misconception that they think your rank means everything. Now, of course, it's a developer's goal and game creator's goal to have your rank equal as close to skill as possible. That's kind of the entire point of any ranked ladder, is to see whoever's a higher rank is a better player. Obviously, that's the point, right? But unfortunately, that's not the case, because if I wanted to, I could go to SSL. I am SSL right now, but let's say I wasn't. I could get SSL and then not play a single time the rest of the season and be SSL the entire season, right? Let's call that player A. Now, let's say player B, he gets SSL, but he wants to keep improving, so he doesn't care if he loses his rank, and he keeps playing the game, and he does lose his rank, but he's improving. He's getting better at rotation. He's getting better at mechanics. He's getting better at game sense. He's being a better teammate than he was before. Just because he lost his rank doesn't mean he's any worse than the SSL player who doesn't play. I would argue that he's actually better because he's gotten much better. On to the next most common misconception. It's people that overvalue points, and this happens mostly at the beginning of a season, when after the season reset, people will be paired with people maybe a little bit less skilled than them. And so a lot of the times, the player that used to be a high rank that's now in champ or whatever because of the MMR reset, they'll get more points and they'll just kind of think, oh, I'm way better than this player, which, while sure, maybe you are a better player, they're still a good teammate, and there's points that don't matter, right? There's points that you can get just from ball chasing. There's points that you can get just from getting pointless touches and giving away the possession to the opponent. Whereas maybe your teammate, he's trying to make passing plays. Maybe he's trying to be really defensive. Maybe he's just playing around you. Maybe he thinks you're a ball chaser. Maybe you are a ball chaser. I know a lot of times after resets, I ball chase just because I don't really trust my teammate a whole lot, so I do ball chase, but I'm at least aware of it. And so it's way better to be, not toxic to your teammate and just let them play how they like to play, than to spam, or write in the chat 12 points, 100 points, well, maybe you have 1,000, because I've been there. I've definitely been in the situation where I have way more points than my teammate. I think we all have, and I've quick chatted about it before, or just typed in the chat. And it really doesn't get you anywhere. It doesn't make them play better. It doesn't make you play better. It's just being blatantly toxic. And while I can't really do anything to make everyone stop being toxic in Rocket League, I can try my very best to mitigate it as much as possible, because I think that if there was no toxicity in Rocket League, a lot more players would be playing this game. And I do think it's a pretty hefty reason on why the player base has, shrunk quite a bit, because a lot of people just don't want to deal with toxicity. And it's like that in a lot of games, but the more we can be positive, the more players will come back, I think. On to the next misconception. It's that, and this is kind of YouTubers' faults, like mine included, but I say in a lot of my videos that, don't do these certain mechanics, don't do these freestyle mechanics, and I kind of give off the representation that mechanics are bad. I kind of make it seem like, don't do flip resets in ranked, don't do musties in ranked. And when I'm saying these things, you have to understand, when a YouTuber is speaking, what is their audience, right? Obviously, the tips I'm giving are general in these videos, because I don't know every single player that's going to watch my video. I don't know them. I'm just saying in general things, just like this video, 4 common misconceptions. So when I say these things like don't do certain mechanics, I'm not trying to say that mechanics are bad. I'm more so trying to allude to the fact that lower ranks that do mechanics often aren't even doing the mechanics correctly in the first place. But if you're like a GC, or maybe you're a high champ, or whatever rank you are, but you can actually legit pull off these mechanics like flip resets, musties, MacTuffs, whatever you want. If you can actually do these mechanics in the right situation, do them. And mechanics are a very valuable part of the game, but a lot of YouTubers, me and a lot of other huge people, they say don't do these mechanics, just do bounce dribble shots, just do this, just do that. And the reality is that takes the fun away from the game, in my opinion, because I think that mechanics are probably the most enjoyable part of Rocket League. Of course, that's very opinionated and speculative, But in my opinion, I think that mechanics are the most enjoyable part, learning new mechanics, just your raw inputs. I think it's very fun. So for YouTubers to come, me included once again, and, say don't do these mechanics, I just don't think that's correct. And I think it's very situational. If you're a lower ranked player and you want to rank up and you're not really concerned with, learning new mechanics, then sure, don't do the certain mechanics that I say not to do. But if you just want to have fun, I think that learning, new mechanics is a really good way to do that. And the last and most common misconception is kind of what you're doing right now. It's watching videos on YouTube or tutorials or guides and expecting to automatically get better. And, I've been there too. I've watched things on YouTube and I have just expected myself to automatically be better at the game. But when you're actually in the moment, there's no way that you're thinking about what I'm telling you right now. Or not really in this video, but more so in legit tutorial guides where I'm saying about rotation and mechanics and whatever. It's very unlikely that you're actually thinking about the information I've relayed to you, and you're not going to be retaining the information. Especially after you've been playing for a while, you're just not thinking about it. And really the only way to improve and, to actually make use of these videos you're watching is to make a legit effort to retain the information I'm telling you. Maybe write down in your notes, maybe, just consciously tell yourself, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that. Because you're not going to subconsciously remember all the things I'm telling you. And especially if you're binging, 4 to 5 videos at a time, there's no way that you're going to be able to remember everything that all 5 videos had to say. There's just no way you're doing that. So when you're watching these videos and you think you're getting better instantly, you're really not, if you want me to be honest. You need to actually remember the information I'm telling you. Otherwise, you're just going to play the exact same that you were playing before you watched the video, because all the information is just going to go in one ear and out the other. But yeah, that's all I have in this video. If this video helped you guys out at all, please be sure to like and subscribe. It really does go a long way. See you on the next one. Peace.